Hi folks, this is Jay. We're revisiting Jim's garden, the Harry Potter garden on Lancaster Avenue in the city of Buffalo. And I'm with the gardener, the wizard here, Jim. Yeah, say hi.
Hi folks, this is Jim.
Yeah, well, tell us a little bit about all the projects you have here.
Many of the projects that are in the book I just did, Harry Potter, Herbology Magic, are here in my garden. This is one of my favorite ones. I'm a graphic designer and art director. This one had to deal with typography, so I enjoyed this one very much. And then
Well, tell us about all the number on the sign. What does that mean?
the 5972 kilometers to Hogsmeade. 5972 is actually the number that was on the train that took the kids to Hogsmeade.
Oh, I see.
And then Hogwarts, 9.75 miles. That's actually 9 3/4,
Okay,
the same
yeah,
as the
yeah.
the station
The
number.
3/4 is a very important number that
Yeah.
in the book. I see you have a very interesting collection of bizarre-looking plants here, and you give them different names.
Yeah,
that
I
appear in the
started this
book,
garden
right?
about 15 years ago with my daughter to try to get her interested in gardening. It didn't work. And we would go to the nurseries and we would buy the strangest, silliest looking plants, mostly tropicals. Then we would bring them back and we would plant them together, and then we would give them the names from the books, like puffapod, flutterby bush, venomous tentacula, scurvy grass. I do have scurvy grass,
Oh, okay.
flitter blooms, and so on.
So we're looking at a rain chain that is one of the many water feature in your garden, right?
Yeah, this I did about 15 years ago, and then when it came to ideas for the book, I thought this would be a great addition, so did
Oh,
the
yeah.
editor. So we call this in the book, what did we call it? We called it Flitter.
Well, you have to get the book to
Yeah,
get
you have
the
to get the book to
detail.
find out, but it's got a different name in the book.
Yeah.
And this is a Deathly Hallows trellis. It was important to make some projects that you could do with a kid. Most of the projects require an adult or a few power tools. This one does not require any welding.
Oh, okay.
So it's a pretty easy thing you can do in an afternoon.
Yeah. And what's this?
This is a Cornish Pixie air plant terrarium. It's a great project to do with kids because there's really not a lot to do other than making your monster. And there's complete instructions on how to make the monster out of modeling clay. But it's also a great lesson in how to take care of air plants.
So this is something you want to take inside for the winter?
Yeah, oh, for sure. Air plants like warm weather, so that's going to go indoors.
Probably in a bathroom? Yeah.
That's where it would be happiest. I may have to get a little tiny humidifier for it, but the bathroom might be a good place to put that, yeah. Another project was the dirigible Plums Sign from one of the movies, and just a quickie intro to Luna Lovegood's home.
Oh, okay. And I see you have a collection of different terrariums here. Right?
Yeah, the terrariums was a big part of the book. The publisher and Warner Brothers did want more terrariums. So we've got the Mad Eye Moody terrarium. We have Professor Trelawney's Divination Classroom terrarium. It's a crystal ball with a crystal ball inside it.
Yeah.
We've got the sort of a poor man's bonsai tree, but it's the Whomping Willow. And
This
then-
one is very, very nice. This is...
Yeah, this one is the Professor Sprout's Herbology Classroom terrarium. And this one's actually a tray.
Oh.
It's not a technical terrarium because it's not enclosed. It's really just a bunch of plants sharing one planter. This one is Professor Snape's terrarium. It's got, maybe hard to see, but there's some flasks in there and
Oh, I
test
see it.
tubes.
Yeah.
And this one is a true terrarium. It's an enclosed terrarium. I have only opened that maybe once or twice since I planted it.
Well, so the terrarium you can do even in the winter. It's not limited to the summer. You can do some
Right.
indoor.
Many of them, if they're indoors, may need some grow lights because our winters, it gets dark early.
Yeah, yeah, show us the book. Yeah. Well, now let's enter the shed, the world's kept secret on Garden Walk Buffalo. Yeah.
Again, the house number is 215, so 215 3/4.
So many people had a chance to visit your garden and visit the shed, but I think more people haven't got the opportunity. But this is something quite special. So you have the herb box, the Herbology herb box. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's just to put in a kitchen window or something like that.
Yeah. So you have something really functional that you can create for your garden, for your house.
And again, it's an easy project with kids. There's just a little bit of nailing that's involved.
So you told me this is the only copy we have.
This is the only copy that's outside of a warehouse in California. This is the only one, and it's it was great to get the book, but it's wonderful to actually see.
Yeah, it's a really
projects
nice
in person.
book. Yeah, it's a really substantial book. Really nice image, and the printing is just so beautiful. Yeah, and I would say not only the kids, the adults would enjoy this too. Yeah,
It's primarily for people who are probably 25 to 35.
okay.
The books came out started coming out about 25 years ago.
Yeah.
So those little kids that read this book, they're now about 35 years old.
Yeah.
They're buying their own houses. They're having their own kids. So it's a much for them, and probably more for them than it is young kids. But it's got lots of projects of varying different skill levels.
Yeah, this is wonderful. So, well, it's just such a wonderful idea, and not only the book, for the viewer, you can visit this garden in person, free of charge, during Garden Walk Buffalo next year.
And open gardens on Thursday.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The only one.
Okay, yeah, but you can pre-order that on Jim's website, artofgardening.org.
.org.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Wonderful.